I'll hit it now. Hello, everybody. We're just getting started. We are doing influencer chat, building a brand of influence. Rebecca Radice, Ann Tran, Diana Adams. We have Marty McFadden. It is just a party, I think, going on here tonight in Miami. So there you go. Now we've actually started recording. Take two.
Oh no! Yeah. Now, did you chase away Glenn?
Oh no, he's probably still there's a whole room of people. Actually, Pam Moore is here doing her chat, and they're doing it live on Periscope. So it was getting a little loud. We were all kind of competing within the same space. Yeah.
So
none of us are loud at all. So it was
actually like in the what is this, like some service hallway in the hotel, like crouching down to look up.
Exactly.
I don't know where we are, but the sound is good, so we're going with it.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we didn't capture any of that because the retarded host here that set it up forgot to actually hit record, but that's okay.
Any more. It's okay. We're going to do lots of them, right?
That's right. We will do them all week. Yes, and if anybody else wants to jump in, feel free before, we check out. Oh, Jody's going to join us. Awesome. But yes, please click the little telebird on your left-hand side and tweet it out.
Hi. How are you guys?
And give those high fives. I love to see you.
Hi, Ann. How are you? Hi. Hi, Marty. Nice to see you first time.
Nice to see you, Jody.
How are you guys?
Good. It's great to see you.
I know. Are you guys having fun in Miami?
This party just starting.
Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
So Marty, our panel is actually on Thursday at 2:30. So please follow Social Media Week Miami.
Misty's putting in the calendar as we speak.
Awesome. It's at 2:30. Oh, and then on Wednesday.
No. Wait. Misty's gonna make a cameo.
Yes!
Wait. Let me.
Hello.
Can you hear them? You want?
Hi, Misty.
You gotta talk.
I only go to Blab because of you girls.
Yeah, she does. She never comes on this thing.
Love
That's
it.
Sweet. So sweet.
That's it. That's all you're gonna get.
Rebecca, I feel like you and I need someone else in our square, because it was
I know. I feel like we're missing out here.
I know. Maybe we can find someone around the room.
I think actually.
I want to add one more thing. Tomorrow, Glenn and I will be on from 4:30 to 5:30. So we're going to be speaking about adventure and hospitality.
Nice.
A week. So I'm going to be on twice. Once tomorrow with Glenn and the following day with the superstar. Such a superstar.
Superstar. That's what you are. Uh-huh.
So Marty, let's switch it back on them. Let's interview them and ask them what's
That's a
been
good idea.
I love it.
your favorite part about building your community of influencer chat, since, you're relatively new and you came together as three women who never met. What's been each of your favorite part? Now I'm interviewing you.
Okay, this is fun. I love this. And do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You first.
Well, I think everything I said before I hit record. Duh. It's that. So here's I'll just short and sweet background story for people that don't know. Ann and I had not met. We had known each other online for years, just like so many people do, but hadn't had the chance to really meet. We talked one day over the phone. And we both just had this common passion about helping people really tap into their own personal power and building their brand and helping them build this brand of influence like we were talking about tonight. And we said, we really believe that there's so much more to this. It's a movement where we need to get people excited about talking about this and just excited about their own companies, their own businesses, their own brand. And we decided to start the chat, and to us to see it take off in the way that it has, is, you know, you've had a chat for, what are you on? 4 or 5 years?
4 years. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, this is your baby, and just how incredibly exciting it is to see something embraced by people other than yourself or your mom, who's always cheering you on in the background. So it's been a real treat, especially working with both Anne and then Diana, and just the camaraderie that we all have, the shared passion and enthusiasm. I could probably go on and on. It's been an incredible journey, and we are only just getting started.
And Anne, what about, like, I'm like taking over and throwing this back at you guys, but Anne, you've met probably so many more, you probably knew gazillions of people, right? And then now every Tuesday night you're meeting a gazillion more. I mean, how does that feel, or what else stands out in your mind about influencer chat?
Well, I want to add something about Diana, and remind me about your question if I don't answer.
Okay.
But I have always been an admirer of Diana, her blog. So that's why we reached out to Diana. So we're very happy that she's part of the team. And it's wonderful because we all add different perspective and value, and we complement each other.
That's true.
And I found out something really funny and interesting tonight. So an hour before the chat, she tells her son not to disturb her, and that she stands when she tweets. And it's so hilarious. She pops herself up. And, we were trying to eat tonight. She's like, no. I got to stand up. I got to get pumped up for this chat. And so she's got a routine. I thought that was cute. So,
that's so cute.
You have to stand up to do influencer chat. So I can, get the blood going, get the blood pumping, get it all going. So you can't do that sitting down. I'm like, we got to stand up.
I think that's media training, isn't that? And I think Rebecca and I have talked about that. You have to put your high heels on so you can kind of get in that mode, right, Marty?
Yeah, it's important.
Marty knows all about it.
Hey, I got a question for you guys, since we're on video, and I know this is the first time you've brought video into this chat. What do you think? What do you think the future of video, and especially this platform? I know, Rebecca, you've been on here a couple times, but for Diana and Anne, I think this is fairly new. This compared with Periscope and the whole live streaming phenomenon that kind of started this spring. How do you think it's going to affect? Because Twitter chat's been around a long time, and now you're bringing this whole nother form of media into it, and the theme of today's chat, it was being authentic. And there's nothing, like video to bring that out. How do you think that's gonna, come into the? Do you think Twitter chats are gonna have to adapt and bring in video to really matter and really be relevant, or what do you think about that?
I would love if they could weave this piece of Blab in, because before we would just tweet behind the scene, but we can't see the reaction, we can't see the emotions, the authenticity, as we spoke before. So this is my first time, and I think I'm going to be addicted to it already. So, and I know, Rebecca, you're already on it, right? You're hooked, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. I think that's such a great question, Marty, because it's interesting to see live streaming. It's been around for quite some time, but I think putting it in the palm of your hand, making it mobile and so accessible, has taken it to a whole different level. And so from a Twitter chat perspective, it will be interesting to see how that evolves. I've seen the good and the bad. I watched one a couple of weeks ago where it was a big brand. They were trying to multitask and do a blab at the same time as a chat, and it was a struggle to even watch it. And so it'll be interesting to see how people can really make that work.
I think you probably want to have, how we have our questions and answer ahead of time. Mm-hmm. So I think if you have one person handling questions and answer and the other person handling
you gotta have a team.
And then you alternate and you weave in the story in that way. I think that would be a bonus.
It's funny, and you just took the word right out of my mouth. I couldn't agree more with you. It really takes that team approach. I mean, we talk a lot about multitasking. That's kind of a misnomer. You really can't do that and really pay attention to everything going on, especially when you're combining different media together. But with you guys have such good chemistry. I could see it on the chat week after week. I can certainly see it here. And I think that's something that's a real opportunity for you guys to kind of bring all these media together. But yeah, the team environment is very, very important. As long as everyone kind of has the job to do, and together, you can do really great things that way.
So good. Well said.
Yeah, just like you and Misty. What you've done and what you've built.
Well, it was amazing, Diana, and only because you guys are on the video here that Misty actually made an appearance on video. She always asks, come on in, but she never wants to come on.
Misty is one of my best friends in the whole world, so I think it's part of the best friend agreement that she had to do that anyway. So. But
and Kyle Murray said, same goes for Periscope and Meerkat, and absolutely. I mean, we're talking all the same stuff when we're talking about live streaming and how to integrate. And a team approach is really the only way I see it's possible, and that's how the three of us work together. Is we divide and conquer. And just exactly how we did it tonight. So, yeah, I think there's a ton of opportunity. And as you can see, we have a whole lot of fun being together. So I think video is definitely the next step for us.
And, when you look at the Twitter stream and you look at tweets are really cool. I mean, I've sent over 156,000 of them. I love tweets. But when you compare it to something like this, they almost seem lame, don't they?
Yeah.
Kinda. Just because it's
now,
text. It's like
I was thinking now you kind of, sorry, Rebecca, I didn't mean to cut you off, but now it's like when we tweet each other, like we can really see our facial expressions. Like I've seen Ann, Diane, we haven't met, by Diana, we haven't met yet, and Marty, we haven't met in person, but Rebecca, we've been in the same room. So if I'm saying something, you can almost see it, how I would react or how each other. So it's kind of nice. And then this brings it more. So when I tweet next time, it'll be sort of real. It'll just feel real.
I agree. Yeah. That's a great point, Jody. I completely agree with you.
Yeah. So you'll hear my little giggly, nervous laugh next time you tweet in the back of your head.
Oh, isn't that great? How we can all make those connections with each other.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. It was funny because when I saw Glenn Gilmore tonight, I've known him since like the beginning of 2009 on Twitter. And when he saw me tonight, he introduced himself and he turned around and walked away. And I thought, is that the Glenn? And I said, hey, wait a minute. We know each other. And as soon as we realized each other's Twitter usernames, then all of a sudden we're hugging and it's so great. So isn't it neat that we know each other on that level? It's amazing what online relationships can bring into your life.
Diana, this is the first time you met Glenn in person?
Yes, the first time, and wow, what
he's a great guy.
I don't even have words. Just great.
Okay, I'm gonna hop off, you guys, because there's probably a lot of people who want to come on. I think you're doing a great job. I'm so lucky that I've seen you guys tonight, and congratulations on everything. And I'll see you around. Okay.
Aww. I love you.
Yeah.
Love you.
Bye, you guys. Bye. Hey, how do I get out?
I'm going to make room too, so you can bring.
I will exit you out. There you go. All right.
I'm going to make room so you can bring on some more folks. Great seeing you guys, and have a great time in Miami.
Thank you, Marty.
And break a leg with all your talks and everything. We'll be following you from afar via Twitter.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you. Bye. Alice, you were just trying to jump in. Come on in. I'm going to have to go grab the plug. My poor laptop is about ready to die, but fun. Isn't this great though? I just love the ability to get face to face with people, as we were just talking about, and be able to take those semi-static relationships on Twitter and expand them into what we're doing here. Super cool.
Sure. Just going to bring in the backup for you.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So we have a couple of open seats if anybody wants to jump in. We're probably just going to keep this on for, maybe a few more minutes. Really, the whole idea was just to jump on, say hello, and be together since we're, we're kind of in the same room, Anne, down the hall from each other.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
This is really fun. I'm going to need to get active in here.
I told you how much you were going to enjoy it. The first time I got on Blab, I went, uh-oh, I feel an addiction coming on. It's just, there's something about, I like I said, the connectivity, the interaction, being able to get face-to-face with people. It's a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, Jody. I know Jody's addicted too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, ha, ha. Now I have Diana here with me. Hi. I think I found our location for tomorrow. Isn't this great? Yeah, kind of nice. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. I have to actually find a plug. One sec. Come with me. Here we are. We're at the Marriott in Miami. It's very pretty. See it behind me there?
I can't wait to show them tomorrow the view that we have from here.
Yeah, it is. It's spectacular. Just a beautiful, beautiful view. So tonight, any other big takeaways from anybody on influencer chat and building a brand of influence? Anything, Diana or Ann, that you want to leave everybody with before we head off into the night? It's 9:30 here. It's so crazy to me. I'm, Pacific Coast girl. So coming to East Coast time, I'm like, what time is it? Where am I?
I just wanted to thank everybody again for coming. We have so many wonderful friends on social media, and I just hope you all know how much we appreciate you so much, and you mean the world to us. So thank you. I just feel filled with gratitude tonight.
Well, we're filled with gratitude to be here with you. Thrilled to finally meet face to face. It's just amazing all the work we've done together, and to never have met in real life is crazy.
Isn't that crazy? I know. It's just a testament. A testament.
Madeline's going to hop on real quick. Yes, it is. A testament.
Please, how are y'all?
Oh, Madeline, hello. Okay? Yes, we can hear you.
I was on Blabs earlier tonight, and I was kind of blabbed out, honestly. So I unplugged the mic and the camera, everything. I was actually in my recliner, and the Blab brought me back in. I'm like, I wonder who's on right now. So it's great seeing you all here. I've been following all of you for a long time on Twitter.
It's great,
Madeline. We're so happy to have you here.
Yeah. I'm bummed I'm not there. It sounds like a great event.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to congratulate you on the success of your chat.
Oh my gosh. I am loving it. I'm loving it. The podcast and now the chat is so great. I want to have all you guys on all of it. So when you guys get a chance, I'd love to have you on the podcast, have you on the chat.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, well,
that's awesome.
I noticed how popular it's been. So, you're doing a great job with that.
Yeah, it was really unexpected. I just, I've been running chats for years, but this one is something I've been wanting to do for a long time.
So Madeline, based off of just our whole topic here tonight, starting your chat, being on Blab, you said you'd spent a lot of time on Blab just today.
Yes.
How do you think live streaming or chats can help you build influence?
Oh, I mean, this just takes it to a whole new level. I mean, it's great that we've all been doing the Twitter chats for a long time. We build our followings, and then you bring it over here, and you get to right before I jumped on, and you guys were talking about being able to see each other. It's just unlike anything else. It's the next best thing, And what a lot of people have said, and what I also believe, is what Hangouts should have been. This is to me what it should have been.
Well, it's what we tried to, or at least hoped they would be. It was just so much more convoluted, at least to me, unfortunately. And I totally agree. It does definitely take that relationship to a whole different level. It's almost like taking the online to offline, where it feels as if you've got that face-to-face interaction.
Exactly. So I'm a big fan of it. Now, when I do my chats, I'm usually doing it solo, which I need to stop doing because when Meerkat first came out, oh my gosh, I was like, oh, I'm going to Meerkat and do my Twitter chat. And it was very, very difficult. And so, and then I watched Ryan Fanzo do it like it's no big deal. And so it's like, okay, well, if I had like 5 computers running, I could probably swing it. So, yeah, I think I need to build a little team so that I can be on the Periscope and Meerkat and Blab while running a chat. I think that would be really cool.
I highly recommend, just from seeing what's possible when you partner with some unbelievable ladies.
You guys are the best team.
I highly recommend having some partners and people that you can enjoy that journey with.
Yeah. I was really excited when you guys first launched the Twitter chat. I thought, wow, what a great team. So
thank you.
Very cool. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I just want to jump in and say hi for a minute and love what you ladies are doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Jed, Darren, either one of you want to jump in and add to the conversation?
Jed too.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on
Jed.
Yes. There he is. I just had the chance to meet Jed. Jed and I met in real life in Boston. And
Darren's popping in too.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Darren.
I'm well. Good. I saw you in
How
Boston. I'm not sure we said hi though.
I don't think so. I last think I saw you and actually got to speak with you was in San Diego.
That's right. My 2 trips to America, I bumped into you both times this year.
Yeah.
That's lucky me. I know. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
back
jet
home
lagged
now?
out of my scone, but I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. I was complaining about my jet lag just going from the West Coast to the East Coast. Yours is,
just 30
a little bit different.
On top of the jet lag, you've been running around that enormous facility for 4 days, and boy, that wears you out real quick.
Yeah. Well, you were live streaming through most of it.
Yeah, for a lot of it.
Yeah. So I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm going to have to kind of move around here just a little bit. Would love to hear your thoughts on this topic as far as building a brand of influence and just what it takes in today's world. I think things are shifting so dramatically in how we're using Twitter chats and how we're using live streaming and what it all means to somebody, especially somebody that's just jumping into social media these days.
Absolutely. Darren, you want to share a thought or?
Yeah, I haven't got the first part of your Blab, but I caught that last bit, and I think Blab for me has taken the Twitter chat to the next level, and it really has added, to be able to see people nodding their heads when you're talking really is comforting, and I think for me also it's given me a real insight into who's reading my blog. Often when you're blogging or even podcasting, you see the stats and you see the comments and you see their avatars, but you don't actually see them and you don't hear them. I was just on a Blab before and we had 500 people over a half-hour period, and I was amazed how many Aussies were in the room. I didn't realize how many Aussies were reading my blog, and that kind of meant a lot to me, and to hear the accent and to see the body language, and it really was great. And the other thing I've got recently is a lot of people saying, I call you a Blab and I didn't realize you were normal. I was kind of like, well, what did you think I was?
That's
but
hilarious.
It really personalizes the brand in a way that you can't do on Twitter or you can't do through writing. So, I've had I don't show my kids on a Blab, but you see the top of their heads walking behind me and even people saying, oh, he's a dad like me. That kind of really, it's beautiful. It's great.
Yeah, that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just learned that Pro Blogger is a normal human being, despite what we've imagined on his blog.
Yeah, and I'm not wearing my pajamas today, so. What about you, Jed?
Is Rebecca frozen? Oh, no, she's not. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, so I definitely have some thoughts here as Rebecca pops out to refresh. And there are two very distinct differences when I talk to people about building a brand of influence. This is a topic that I discuss a lot. For those of you that don't know me, I have a digital marketing agency called Likeforce, where we hire college students and teach them to manage social media for businesses. And in so doing, I speak at a lot of universities around the country, and we oftentimes talk about building influence online. Now, for building a brand of influence, you can mean either a brand like a commercial brand, where you're talking about an entity that offers products and or services, or you can be talking about building a personal brand. And a lot of times we talk about building our personal brand on social media. And I think there's two distinct differences in how you go about doing that. I could talk for a long time about this, so I'll try and summarize. But when you build a brand of influence for a company that is selling products and services, you're building trust among your following and, for lack of a better term, your existing customers and your potential customers. So you're growing trust through social media and content marketing and whatever other means of marketing that you use, even in-person events like conferences and such. And so you approach that in a somewhat different way than you would building a personal brand of influence, where you're wanting to put your expertise on display. So when you're building a brand of influence for a company, you're really about building likability, trust, and awareness for your potential customers of the future. Those are things you want to build in a personal brand program as well, but much more so in building a personal brand, you'll focus on displaying expertise in your industry. And the number one way that you can do that is by choosing a focus, right? And this is, I think, where most people go wrong when they start having trouble on social. They have a lot of skills. They want to show off all those skills, and they list about a dozen skills in their profiles on LinkedIn. They tweet about every subject under the sun. When the football game comes on, they tweet all the scores of their favorite football team. And that's where your personal brand begins to fray, because you're not building an area of expertise for your audience. And so my quick 2 cents for anybody who wants to know it: find your focus, find your core area where you can add value, where you can make a difference for people, and focus on that. And I try to lead by example. If you go to my Twitter profile, you'll see I have 4 hashtags, and they highlight those 4 areas. And it also kind of gives people an expectation of what to find in my tweets. And I try to keep my tweets to those 4 topics of leadership, marketing, and social media. Excuse me.
You're choking out.
I'm talking out my voice here. I'm losing everything.
Well, you were kind of sounding like a robot for a second there. You were breaking up.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I just
over and over again, so I'm repeating myself.
I think your point is so incredibly important in that you've got to know what your purpose is. You know, what are you here to talk about? And Darren, I loved your point as a fellow blogger. Just understanding who your audience is and understanding what are they looking for, what kind of content are they coming to you for. And of course, I think you've got that pretty nailed down. Of course, I'm joking at this point. That it is though nice to know that they're excited to connect with you in a different level. They're excited to know that you're a real human being behind everything that goes on at ProBlogger. and that you have kids, and that maybe they see their heads running around behind you. So I think there's a different level of authenticity that comes with being online, being this whole idea of live streaming and Blab, and being connected in this way that Blab, I think, just really has allowed us to do unlike anything else.
And what I love about Darren is nobody's guessing as to what he's an expert in, right?
Exactly. And that was my point, is that nobody needs to guess what he's about. And yet there's still a deep desire to know you as a human being, to know you as the person behind everything that they've read for so many years. And that's, I think, the beauty in what we're able to do right here is just for people to be able to get to know you on a completely different level.
Absolutely. That's why we love Blab.
Jed, what you said reminds me of something I heard Peg Fitzpatrick say a couple years ago. Somebody was interviewing her, and they said, what are your best tips for Twitter? And she said, it's very simple. You choose 3 or 4 topics, and those are the things you tweet about. That's it. It's very simple. And what you said tonight, just it reminded me of that, because it really resonated that it doesn't have to be hard. It's not. It doesn't have to be. You just have to kind of do what we've always talked about in our chat, and just kind of laser focus about what your message is.
And I struggle with it because although I do have specific areas, I run a business, so I talk about that, about entrepreneurship. I'm focused on social media and marketing. And I try to also share things that I've learned about leadership over time. But eventually I'm going to have to even narrow those even further. So eventually I'll have to be a pro blogger. Maybe I'll call it a pro entrepreneur or something. But yeah, eventually I need to get down to where Darren has really nailed it. And I think the more you whittle it down, the more you shine, and the more influence you wield. So kudos to you, Darren.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm just stumbling along.
Isn't that how everybody feels? So
you're
just kind of out there.
And for me,
Sorry,
I was talking in my blog just before about how when I started, my blog was about everything. It was a personal blog, and I think it's really useful to start wide and to narrow your focus in. And that for me meant I wrote one post. I remember the post I wrote. It was the first time I wrote about blogging on my blog. And then it got such a positive response, and it felt so good for me. So I was paying attention to what I enjoyed, but also what came back to me, that I decided I'm going to make this a category. And it became a category of my blog. And then some of my readers started to push back and say, we didn't come here for that. So then I split it out onto ProBlogger. And so I think it's great to have a space where you can just play and just try new things and write new things, even if it's a one-off talk, and you generally find what gives you energy and what gives other people energy. And if you can find the intersection of those two things, then that's gold. That's meaningful. I read a book the other day by Tom Roth called Fully Charged, and he talks about finding the intersection of what interests you and what the world needs. If you can find that intersection point, that's gold. That's where you should invest your time and energy, and that's where you should build something. So yeah, I guess that's what happened to me, even though I never really knew what was happening at the time. It just sort of intuitively happened.
Wow, that is so inspiring. What a great story. There is so much to learn just from that 1 minute of what you said.
Oh, cool. I should write a book about it. Let me just write it down.
Yes, you should. Could you get on that right away?
Okay, I need to get off the Blab and write a book.
Yeah, exactly.
Until then, I posted the link to the book in the site.
Yeah, it's a great read. I mean, it's about health, really, but it's he's got this section on doing something meaningful and describes what that was, and it was just the light went on. And I was like, that's exactly what happened to me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, it reminds me a lot about too similar intersection of merging passion with purpose. and really understanding what you're passionate about, but also what you feel your purpose is in life, and where do you find your happiness, and is your happiness something that you can share with other people? And my answer would always be yes, because if you love what you do, you've got to be certain that there's other people that are going to connect with that as well. So what a great story. I love that.
Cool. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. It's been great chatting with you.
Thanks for joining us.
I'll keep listening in, but
well, this ended up going much longer than we ever anticipated.
They always do. They always do.
Yeah. Good to see you again, Darren. I'm sure I'll see you along the blabs.
See you later.
And thank you for having me,
Rebecca. Jed, great to see you.
Week.
Absolutely.
And see you again soon too, I hope.
Yes.
Hi, Diana.
I have to give you some little whatever doohickeys.
There you go.
Yeah.
High fives.
Thank you. All right. See you guys.
Bye. Bye.
See you later, Jed. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys.
Are you there? Oh,
yes,
we
I'm
can
here.
kind of see you. You're like in the dark.
That's you?
Yeah.
Yes, it's me.
Hi. Oh, I have to give you some little high fives. Hey.
I'm in a coffee shop right now, so it's kind of dark at the moment.
Okay. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, it is exciting to at least kind of meet you face to face, even though we can't really see you, because you have just been such a enormous supporter of ours, and you just bring so much amazing insight every single week to Influencer Chat. So thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah.
I always enjoy.
Tell us a little bit about you and your business, and how you're building influence. And I could answer some of that just from learning so much about you, but I'd love to hear it from you.
Well, I actually run a website, a media company called Volano Media. I recently now narrowed it down to self-help, to where using sports as a metaphor, and I also host a podcast called What's the Word, and I'm now using this platform, Blab, to host a podcast, and I've written 2 books too. So I'm just trying to make them profitable.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow. That's doing a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to hustling.
Yeah. There's that word again. It sure comes up a lot.
I love that word. I love the hustle. Yep. I love that word.
Yep. That's because you're hustling every day.
Yeah.
Hey, Kathleen, how are you?
I'm great. I just wanted to hop on. How you doing? I know all these faces, all these avatars, and I just wanted to say hi. You guys are doing a great job. I've been following your chat since March 17th. I had hopped on that. Yeah, I had hopped on. I was at actually a St. Patrick's Day dinner, and Anne was talking about your chat, and I hopped on, and I haven't been able to hop off since. Lots of great information, learning a lot. It's like going to school once a week. I appreciate it. And I've learned and applied. So I just wanted to say hi, face to face.
That's the best part, isn't it? Well, okay, yeah. So before we let you go, you said learned and applied. Can you think of one thing that really stands out for you that you've applied? That we talked about?
I've been paying a lot of attention to FTC rules. You guys were talking about things like that, and not that I hadn't, but I'm now paying a lot more attention, placing the hashtag ad when I'm doing things. I think it's really important that people understand that there are those rules and they are enforcing them. And I think that your chat actually brought a lot of attention to people to be able to do that. So, yeah.
That's such an important topic. You know, it was something we were just talking about again. I was in Boston for Inbound, and it's a big topic. It's a hot topic because things continue to change. But yeah, it's definitely something we wanted to raise awareness around because it's scary too. If you're not paying attention, there's a lot of repercussions.
And
yes, absolutely.
I think there's a whole other side to that than just following the rules because they're enforcing them, but there's also the issue of transparency, you know, and you want to always be transparent with your audience. And when you're building that trust, you know, like the same as with trust offline, you know, it just takes one misstep and then people start questioning everything you do. And so I just think it's important just from a transparency standpoint as well.
Yes, and the lines are so they're not blurred for people to understand that, you know, whether you're paid or you're just you're an influencer because you like the content. And I think we're at that point in social media that people really need to know that difference. So as far as your topics are concerned, I think it's helping people define themselves. Are they an influencer? Are they a brand ambassador? Should I ask for pay? Should I ask for product? And I know that I deal with a lot of hiring blogger events, and there are a lot of people that don't know their value. So I also feel like the influencer chat has helped people define their value. And that's something that Ann and I have spoken about a lot too, about defining your value. You know, I support a number of chats just as an influencer, not even as paid, because I feel like we need to support one another, like your chat. And I think, you know, it pays off down the line in other ways. And I just think that people don't understand their value. And that's what I'm encountering when I'm hiring people for companies, that they don't know their value. Yep. And that's part of what I like to do, is help them know that.
That is such a big deal. And Rebecca here, right here, comes up with so many amazing quotes that I love to tweet. But one of my favorite ones, and Rebecca, I know I'm going to mess this up, but one of my favorite quotes of yours was, "The greatest gift you can give someone is showing them their value." Yeah, now I'm going to cry.
It's true. It's really true. It's crazy, though, when I'm dealing with a bunch of bloggers, the people that don't know their value, they're the ones who actually give the most. They seriously, they demand a little and they give a lot.
Oh, wow.
So almost, and I feel like an evangelist for value, because I bring them aside and say, hey, this is what you could be doing. This is what you should be getting. And I try to be fair across the line and, you know, make people aware. So your influencer chat is really contributing to that. I point a lot of people to the chat so they can go and learn. You know, you have to let people know. So anyway, I want to say hi, guys. Great job, and so cute, Diana, that you're crying. But I agree with you. I get brought to tears myself. Sometimes I get off the phone and I say, oh my God, this person is so nice and so good and so giving. You know, and
they don't know the value inside of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway,
thank you.
Let someone else hop in the seat.
Thank
Great
you.
to meet you guys.
It was wonderful to meet you.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I love how real you are, Diana, that you're just
Embarrassing.
No, I don't think
good,
it is
Diana.
at all.
There's
I love
nothing
it.
wrong with crying. This is what Blab is about, girls, right? Guys, we're authentic, we're real. There was somebody who was saying that about reality TV is so staged, but this is the reality, true reality here on Blab. I know I sound like an evangelist for Blab, but it's really the truth. And, you know, and we get on. Some people get on without makeup. Some people get on with, you know, with makeup, pajamas. However you want to get on and do your thing, that's your thing, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Exactly.
I'll talk to you.
All right. Bye, Kathleen. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Oh, so Kathy, if you, good, she's going to jump on. So Kathy is jumping
Yay.
on. She is also speaking here at Social Media Week in Miami, and she just said that's exactly what she's talking about. Hey, Kathy.
Hi, Kathleen. How you doing?
Hey, Shamal. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great.
I was supposed to be in Miami right now with y'all, doing the periscoping and doing like stuff for influencer chat and get real chat, but I had to take care of my kids. So I'll be there on Thursday.
Yeah. Priorities.
Family first.
I have to zip out to get my power cord because I'm like on just a little bit. I'll be right back.
Right,
So
but yeah,
Kathy, you're talking about value and finding your own value, or tell us a little bit about your topic.
I'm on the live streaming panel. I'm on the live streaming panel. I'm actually the director of Periscope Community Summit in New York Scope Week. And I've kind of been on Periscope from day one, Meerkat from day two. And we're talking the panel. I actually put together the panel for Social Media Week Miami. Terry asked me to help her out, and I kind of did it. We are talking about live streaming being the missing link between social media and television. So it's exactly what Kathleen was alluding to, that this is reality TV is fake. I mean, I used to produce a show for Animal Planet, a reality show for Animal Planet, and it's all staged. You know, you're like, can you pull up the car like 4 times? You know, can you repeat that? It's all staged. But the reality is that this is raw, authentic. It's real. Anything can happen. And the fact that Diana was crying, it's just you get to be real. You get to be human. Yeah. And I like that, you know. So
you and me both. I love it. I just love. We were talking about it before, just because Anne and Diana had not had the chance to experience Blab yet. And I was just giving them my feelings on the difference between Periscope and, you know, maybe a Meerkat and Blab. And I think that's a big part of it, is you do have more of this, where you're interactive, you're talking, you're real. You're having conversations that, hey, maybe you and I would have over the phone, but now everybody else gets to kind of listen in and be a part of. It's really cool.
It is. And it's that next level, because social media tends to be static in some way, but live streaming is collaborative, it's active, it's just what we're doing here. You know, it's a next level. Kim Garst, I communicate a lot with Kim, and Kim calls it the beginning of 3.0. This is really the beginning of 3.0, in the sense that we're getting to that next stage of social not being static, being collaborative and being authentic and raw and real, you know?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Siobhan, go ahead.
No, well, I basically have a question for you all, because I know you all are doing great, you know, as entrepreneurs. Like, for those who are just starting out, you know, as you know, with building their social media profiles, what advice would you give to them?
Kathy,
Rebecca, do you want to take that, or?
Yeah, and you know, I think that's such a great question, because it's something we talk a lot about with influencer chat, which is, there's and I think there's a whole lot of inauthenticity that comes on social media, right? Where people are pretending to be this bigger than life or doing better than maybe they truly are. And so we tend to, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, get into our own heads of, oh, wow, how do I succeed? If, you know, Cheval's doing it, there's no way I can, you know, actually live up to or compete with what he's doing. And I think we have to realize that you should only be competing against yourself every single day. And I know that can sound a little cheesy at times, but it's really the truth. You got to get out of bed every single day and say, I love what I'm doing. I'm excited to be doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to give 110%. And it may not be Cheval's 110%. It may not be Diana's. It may not be Kathy's, but gosh darn it, it's mine. And I'm going to feel really, really good at the end of the day, because again, I'm doing what I love, and I'm building something that I'm proud of. And I think where I see people really hurt themselves every single day is that comparison of, well, I should be more, I should be doing more, I should be saying more, I should, and we're shooting all over ourselves, right? And it's just a shame. I would just challenge people to take a step back and reassess, you know, why did you start your business in the first place? Why did you decide to go out on a limb and do something that maybe everybody said you shouldn't be doing or that you couldn't do? It's because you were excited, you were enthusiastic. It's because you have a skill or a talent that you know nobody else has. And I think we have to, you know, there's so much more, Cheval, in my opinion, because I think we have to start getting back to some basics, in a sense, of just really appreciating who we are, and back to what we were talking about originally, Kathy, the value we bring and the value we bring to our own business.
And I want to add to that, Rebecca. I think it's really interesting that you bring that up, because I feel like a lot of times, especially in live streaming, because that's really where I've really found my niche. That's really where I've found my forte as a former journalist. You know, I feel like there's a lot of people that, especially let's say on Periscope or other apps, who tend, you know, you can only go on so long being fake, you know, in live streaming until you get found out. or someone figures out that, you know, this person isn't really who they say they are. So authenticity is key in going back to your value. Kim Garsh told me something the other day when we were talking. She said, don't give away your influence. Don't give it away for free. Don't give away your influence, because a lot of us sometimes think, oh, no, I need to do all these free things and all these free, you know. No, if you have some level of influence, don't underestimate yourself. You know, we tend to sometimes do that to ourselves. Yeah, we're very competitive, but then sometimes we're like, no, maybe I should do all these freebies. And it gets to a point where like, no, don't give away your influence for free. So I love that quote. And it goes back to value, goes back to really building that brand of influence. So I just wanted to share that as well.
That's great. Thank you, Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm going to be transparent with you guys. You know, I'm still trying to build my business to profitability where you all at the moment. And, you know, so working at a coffee shop at the moment, just to ease the stress of being an entrepreneur at the moment. So just to let you guys know, I am not there yet to where you all at yet.
Oh, but you know what, Cheval and we're getting some feedback. If you could mute just real quick. Better? No, we're still getting some feedback. Are you muted, Cheval, or is it maybe somebody? Diana?
No, I am. No, I'm good.
Okay.
There's no noise here.
You're good. Am I okay?
I don't hear you.
Am I the only one that's hearing the feedback?
Sometimes just jumping in and out helps with the audio. It gets
I'll give that a try.
Yeah, it gets wonky sometimes. Am I getting feedback too?
No, I don't hear anything. It sounds great to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anybody else want to jump in? We haven't opened
do
you guys.
Okay, they hear on me. I'll leave you guys. So I'll see you guys in my answer.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Kathy.
I'll be there on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay, great. I'll see you there Thursday too, speaking. So we'll see you then.
Me too. I'll be speaking on the live channel.
What time? What time is your panel?
3 o'clock.
Bad feedback.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. No, I'm still getting it.
All right. I guess I'm the only one left. So it's Cheval and me. Cheval, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? All right. Well, I think you're muted, Cheval. Oh, good. Rebecca's coming back.
Hopefully, are we done with
the...
No, I can still.
I can hear you, Diana.
All right. I'm going to mute myself.
Let's give that a try and see. Well, okay. Let's jump. Yeah, it's gone for me now. Let Tim jump in. Hey, Tim.
Hey, guys. Look, I just wanted to say a quick hello. For me, Twitter's always been, you guys have just been amazing posts, and I've just been, following your streams forever. So it was just a delight. I think Blab's just going to be this thing where you get eye contact, you get to hear a voice, you get to see a smile. And just to share that is tremendous. So for me, sitting in my office, to see you lovely ladies sort of sharing your stuff is just a delight. So thank you for that.
Oh, Tim, thank you. And you need to grab a headset. Where'd your headset go? Go grab it. There you go. Plug it back in.
So Rebecca, it's just been great
audio
to I guess I'm just thanking you for your shared wisdom over many years of following you guys on Twitter. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Just to smile and say thank you. So anyway, I'll jump out. Diana, pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Wait, hold on. I got to give you some some little high fives. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Bye. Great to see you. Bye-bye. Yeah, no, and thank you to everybody. See now, Diana, you've gotten your first taste of Blab. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, and I learned your nuts are a must.
Now your sound is really bad again. Gosh, we're just audio challenged here.
Plus, I'm about to run out of battery, so I may just lose you altogether.
Well, that's okay. We can definitely wrap up Robot Diana. Yeah. Yikes. But no, this has been so much fun. I absolutely love it. I wish we got to tweet together every single Tuesday night, and then Blab and Periscope and everything else we've done tonight. But to everybody that is watching live or watching our replay, we will be in Miami together through Saturday. So we will definitely be taking many other opportunities to do some live streaming every single day, sharing with you all of the amazing speakers that are here every single day through Saturday at Social Media Week in Miami. And if you have a Social Media Week, you know, this is global, a global event. So if you have one in your local area, I just highly encourage you to track it down, get there, because there's amazing people talking about just a whole gamut. I look at all of the different speakers that are here with us, Diana, and it's just so many different topics that you don't see at maybe a typical social media conference or event. So if you do have one in your local area, and like I said, they're international, so they could be in your backyard, I definitely check it out. But thanks to everybody that joined us tonight on Twitter chat. Our Twitter chat is every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So please do join us there on Twitter, and then join us here all week. Join us on Twitter here on Blab, because we'll definitely be doing more. And Diana, we're going to coax her into doing some more Periscopes as well. So we're going to have a lot of fun with live streaming. I can tell by your face. You're like, yes. Awesome, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. And we will see you soon, probably tomorrow sometime. Take care. Bye.